retired high school teacher. I'm also a retired coach. And I used teaching and coaching as a platform to serve God. It's a tool, and your career, your sports, your activities, or whatever you're into, it's just a platform to tell people about Jesus and honor Him and stuff. Growing up, sports is my God. Sports was the most important thing in my life. I played every sport I could play. I centered my life around that, and they all thought I was the good kid, the good role model, the straight kid, but everything was for myself. It was all about me. And in God's eyes, everything is about yourself, just trying to make yourself popular and famous and successful. In God's eyes, that's just like being a drug dealer. I mean, there's no difference. It's just self-worship. And going into my junior year in high school, I was 16 years old. I was involved in a kind of a dead traditional church. I didn't really know God, even though I tried to be good and earn my way to heaven. I went to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes conference in Santa Barbara, California. I lived by San Jose. I said, Dad, can I go to this camp? I saw a magazine advertisement, and he gave me $100 and sent me on a bus 200 miles to Santa Barbara, California by myself. I had no idea what I was going to. I thought I was going to a sports camp. The first night I got there, I was getting ready for football and wrestling. The first speaker was John Wooden, the UCLA basketball coach, considered the greatest coach in the history of sports. And he talked about love. And I thought, I'm here to get ready for football and wrestling, and this guy is talking about love. Okay, this is like there's 500 male athletes there, just a different environment I never experienced before. Another night, Paul Anderson, who won the Olympic gold medal in weightlifting, he was 5'6", 350 pounds. And there's 500 people in the room. He threw away the microphone, and he goes, I'm the strongest man in the world, but I can't live one day without Jesus Christ. And he took a 300, amazing. The next night, there is a speaker named Brian Sturberg. He was the best pole vaulter in the world, was favored to win the Olympic gold medal. And he was paralyzed for 10 years, and they had to bring him up and set him on the stage and put a microphone around his neck, just totally paralyzed. And after he got paralyzed, he asked Jesus in his life, and he said, I'd rather know Jesus Christ and be paralyzed like this than be healthy and win the Olympic gold medal, because he gives me so much joy and strength for Jesus Christ. And I was having a great time at this camp. It was so cool. You know, and there's a lot of people have never been to anything that's has to do with God that's cool, a cool concert, a neat youth service, or a neat camp and stuff. So last night, they had a chalk art, and he said, here we are talking to Pontius Pilate, interviewing the reenacted. It was just so powerful. I sat there and do that. Why did he stay on that cross? Why didn't he just zap them? And it's from your head to your heart, about 17 inches, all right? And that infant years old, and I literally said, I will pay you back. I want my life to be a thank you to you. I just felt so much gratitude that he really died for me and he really loved me. And I went home, and then I started a Fellowship of Christian Athletes group and got about 40 of my friends involved, and it was just a great bunch of my friends got saved at Young Life Camp. It was during the Jesus movement of the early 70s while the hippies were getting saved. And my impression of Christianity then, it's not about meetings, it's a movement, okay? And that's what it's meant to be, is a movement where we're conquering the world. That's our goal, is to take over the world. And it's a battle, but we've got to stick with it. And I just love following Christ. It gives me purpose. It gives me love, joy, peace, and gives me meaningful relationships. All my relationships were shallow, but when I got Christ in my life, there's a new common bond, just a new depth to it, and I just really enjoy that. So in this closing, I've written one poem in my life, and this is it. It's my testimony. I met the King of Glory, so I just have to tell you this story. I wanted to be the high school star, but I had not gotten very far. So I went to a Christian athlete camp. I thought it'd make me a champ. I went there for athletic inspiration. It turned out to be a camp for salvation. The pro athletes seemed so tough, but all I talked about was Jesus stuff. I was turned off by this spiritual jargon because all I wanted was personal stardom. Then one beautiful California night, I finally saw the light. On June 24th, 1971, I received God's only begotten Son. I'm still a sinner and I still sin, but I know with Jesus I'll always win. I'm just a sinner saved by His grace, but I know now I've won the one important race.